He also went on to say that he was impressed with your exuberance, your raw power, and your punctuality. Dale Carnegie is a writer some of you may have heard of. He penned the book, How to Make Friends and Influence People. He once said, don't ask a man what is important to him, watch how he spends his time. And I've watched James spend his time, and I can see what's important to him. It's the family life he's creating with Ainsley, Marina and Blake. They've made him a happy man, a man with a new focus, and a man with a new appreciation for love and life. So if you weigh it all up, I think you have to say James has what it takes to be a reliable, sensitive, modern family man. So that makes 2 out of 3, responsible and reliable. So, what about relatively sober? Well, when he gets to his feet, you'll be able to see for himself. I suppose I could tell you a story or two about some episodes in the past where he wasn't the most sober guy in the room, or the hotel lobby, or the casino, or even at work. And let's face it, who hasn't been drunk and wanted their girlfriend to play a new game called Just for Tip, just for a second, see how it feels? Maybe ouch on my hand. But hey, why say words when pictures can say so much more? So sober or not, we can clearly see that from a very early stage, James was one to shy away from playing dress-ups. He has never enjoyed being the centre of attention. Has always been one to take the back seat. Has never been one to be led astray. Oh, I'm sorry, and has always been the sensible one. So in the interest of keeping the incrimination to a minimum, I think we'll just say that the question about relative sobriety slide by and say score you 2.5 out of 3. So congratulations. So you qualify as a man ready for marriage, and you couldn't have chosen a better person to share it with. One of the things I love about Ainsley is her effervescent personality, her down-to-earth nature. She's one of the most genuinely likeable people I've had the pleasure to meet, and James, you don't need me to tell you that she's a keeper. In the way in which I did ask James about Ains, I did ask the same thing of her about him, and she had the following few things to say. First and foremost, she thinks you're a big spunk, and a great dad who loves doing the simple things like taking MJ and Blake to the park. It's the little things that make the big difference. She loves the way that you make her laugh and download music, the way that you cook for her and the kids, which she's happy for you to continue to do for the next 50 years. And she also loved the fact that even though she vomited in your car on the drive home the morning after you met, you still text her that afternoon. Much to the surprise of Angel's mother. But you see, Ange, you're marrying someone who knows you and knows you well and loves you greatly. Someone who I know matters to you more than anyone. And I think I can speak on behalf of everyone here today when I say we're all glad it's ended up the way it has. James is a guy who will be a true friend and companion to you. He's a good man, an improving golfer, an erratic poker player, but has a good sense of what's right and what matters, and he's one of the most authentic people I know. And if he doesn't do things exactly the way you have in mind, I know you'll be able to tidy that up in good time. James and Ainsley were both fantastic people when they met, and together I can't think of a couple more ideal for each other, and they really do complete each other. So to wrap this up, I'd just like to say that marriage isn't about finding someone you can live with, it's about finding that someone that you can't live without. Ainsley, James, congratulations on finding that someone. I hope your love is modern enough to get you through each day and old-fashioned enough to get you through a lifetime together.